Hello YouTube, what is up? Connor Brooks here with another video for you. Today I'm not going to be doing a review, but I'm actually just going to be operating some trains, showing you what it's like, or how I operate trains on my layout. Now you may have noticed that I've had a gap in my videos, and my last video I asked if anyone could donate. That would be awesome to buy trains. I haven't had a gap just because I'm a little bit out of funding. I had knee surgery, and so I wasn't able to actually get up to the layout. But now that I'm back up here, I'm ready to do videos. So you hear the trains in the background. So right now we have the Broadway Limited C&O L1 Hudson and an Athearn Genesis SD40. No, what is it? I don't even remember what it is. But we got them on the layout, so let's go check them out. So for any of you who have never seen my layout, this is my layout. So also it takes me a long time to walk over to my chair because knee surgery. So here we are. So we'll start off by moving the C&O L1 Hudson here. Already have it loaded into the Prodigy wireless. This is an MRC. I did a review on it and a tutorial, so you can go watch that. So the standard for trains departing is bell on and then 2 short blasts. And then since we're also at a railroad crossing, we'll have to do a gate crossing sequence. And so I normally run this train at about speed step 14 on the main line. It could go faster, but I don't really like this train going fast. Since it's my most prized possession on the layout, I like to keep it slow and just to not wear out the gears. But if I was running any other train, it would be going a more mainline speed. Now the passenger train, we technically do have 2 stations, but normally I just run it to stop only at this station, and then if I really need to stop it at that other station, that's what we'll do. So we'll plug this locomotive in, and it's the exact same thing. Bell on, and then 2 short blasts of the horn. And then I run this at a max speed of speed step 4. And so how I run the trains on the layout is I just pick when I want to like do grade crossing sequences and whatnot. So most of the time I'll just sit here and have them run like this. So I guess while I'm here I'll describe how I like pull the train into the station or whatever. So when I just have the passenger train running at its max speed on the inner track, it just goes around the circle. But when I want it to stop at the station, what I'll have it do is over there at that station, I'll slow it down to 1 or 2 speed steps under what it's doing now, so that it goes slow through the town and then is able to stop at the station. And then for the mainline train, normally that one doesn't stop. That one's normally like a through train that just always moves, unless it needs to stop here or over there for some reason. Otherwise, it pretty much stays going in a constant loop. So I'll demonstrate how we do the passenger coming in. So like I said, around there, we'll go from speed step 4 to speed step 3. So it slows down a little bit. And so then we continue the bell all the way through until we stop at the train station. So the bell goes throughout the town so that people know that the train is coming. And then to go into the station, I just do 3 short blasts. I'm pretty sure that isn't prototypical for what real trains do, but that doesn't really matter to me. I'm not going for complete realism here. So then when this car gets past that, we slow down to 2. And then when this first wheel gets to that track, we go to 1. And then when the second wheel, we stop. So then the train is completely lined up with the platform. And then we can also, while this one is stopped, we can run this one through the grade crossing. And then normally when I do it here, I also do it over there. So we'll go ahead and do that too. As you can watch this train move. So normally when it gets a little bit past the farm, I start the bell. So that's normally how we run the trains. If I ever need switching, I'll either pull, I'll normally pull that little switcher out, and it'll come and take whatever train needs to go in there. Sometimes what I'll do is I will bring the freight, I'll keep this one parked right here, it'll stop here, and then I'll have the freight train come in, and then the switcher will bring the freight cars up into the yard area, and then can drop some stuff off over there. I don't really have any like industries on the layout because I don't have this as like a prototypical, I need to like switch things out. It's just for fun. I mean, I'm still young. I mean, when I get older, if I really want to like go into it, I'll go into it. But this is just something that I did for fun because I have a great passion for it. And I really enjoy just sitting here with my trains. But while we're here, I will just explain how this works. So normally I don't have a train just sitting here, but I was using that today. So it's just sitting on the siding until these locomotives are going to switch out eventually. Whoops, sorry. Didn't mean for that to sound. And then, so normally whatever train isn't running, I'll have it sitting on display here as like some people in the town can come see the train. Normally it's this steam locomotive, but right now, as you can see, that's running. And normally I don't keep the train in here very long. It's just for me to store locomotives, and then I can bring the locomotives out whenever I want and bring them back. So that's normally how I do the yard. But if I do bring the train into the yard, I'll have it come up here, and then I'll bring it. How do I normally do it? I bring the train over here, and then I move it back a little bit, one car back, and then I separate it and then have it move forward so that we aren't blocking the road to get to the gas station or the shops. Now, sometimes what I'll do is I will switch out this truckload for that truckload, and I'll only do that if I have the train in the actual siding. Otherwise, everything pretty much stays the exact same. The trains run, and then if I need to have a train come out, I will switch them out by either having one train stop so that I can maneuver onto the main line for a little bit if it needs to. So, again, I still haven't gotten it down to a perfect science. I mean, it's not a perfect, it's not a perfect layout. So, let's see, let's get this passenger train moving. And whenever I just run my layout, I'll just sit up here for hours just watching these trains move around. And that's what normal people who have layouts do. And I mean, I have fun watching it move. That interests me. Nothing really like takes my interest off of it. But every so often, like I said, I'll have the train stop at the station, or I'll have the train come for water, for example. Like if it's a steam train, I'll have it come onto the inner track, and it'll pull into the siding to get water, and then it'll go back out. Because I have both steam and diesel, so I guess that makes this layout in about the 1950s. It depends on what locomotives I have running. Sometimes it'll be more like the 70s and 80s. Sometimes it'll be before that. I mean, again, it's not perfect. I'm not modeling one specific era. I mean, I guess you can tell from the town, it's not modern, but it's not old. Also, while we're here, I want to show you my A&W sign. Hold on, how do I turn that on? Where's the on switch? There it is. So, this is the most recent addition to the layout. I glued it to the roof of the grocery store, and it's a light-up A&W sign. It's actually like really cool, and when like the lights are off and it's at night, I mean, you can obviously tell that it's really cool. So to turn it off, you just take it off, and then you don't want to like touch the circuit board. You just want to turn it on and off. So I think that about does it for operation, because I don't really, specifically operate the layout in any specific way, except for the things I said at the beginning. When it comes to like freight trains, I'll just leave them on the track, mostly on the outer track, and I don't really bring them in the yard very much unless I want to switch out the locomotives. So, yep, that about does it for how I run and operate the Conner and Jimsville Railroad. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. Put a comment down below for any suggestions for future videos, and like the video. So thank you for choosing my channel. Have a great day. Bye-bye.